The idea of someone digging through your phone and deciding if you should be allowed to come into a country or not seems implausible. But that is exactly what happens when Custom and Border Security searches devices, including laptops, cameras, smartphones, external hard drives, and USB. Crossing an international border is often stressful. It becomes all the more stressful if you're pulled aside for further inspection. Inspection of devices have become more common in recent years. Many countries like the US now ask tourists for their social media identifiers when applying for a visa. While you may feel like you have nothing to hide, you probably do not want a stranger reading through your emails and WhatsApp chats, Instagram searches or browser history, or browsing your banking apps. But what if you don't want to forfeit your right to privacy just because you travel? While the law doesn't make it easy for you, that doesn't mean you have to make it easy for the border guards either. Inspections that allow agents to access all information in your phone may seem inconsistent with the values of a free society. Your rights when crossing the border are different from your rights when walking down the street. The border agents have the power to search devices without a warrant. If you are a citizen of the country, you will not be denied entry for refusing to let agents search your device, but your device can be detained for hours or days. If you are not a citizen, you can be denied entry for refusing a device search. Border agents are responsible for enforcing immigration laws. There are 2 levels of searches they can perform, according to the policy. In both cases, you will be asked to unlock the device and passwords, if any, for different apps. A basic search is a simple inspection of data, including social media, photos, chats, and emails. This search is supposed to be a quick peek rather than a thorough review. A detailed search involves using forensic software to access files, including deleted data and copied data, and analyze it even if your phone is locked. These forensics tools allow taking disk images of the devices, which can later be used to extract information as evidence in court if you are charged with an offense. To learn more, see our video on how police can unlock smartphones without passwords by clicking on the top right corner. You are more likely to be chosen to have your devices searched if you have suspicious items in your luggage or are missing travel documents, have traveled to and from high-risk destinations, are a single man or woman traveling alone, you have prohibited content in the device or in WhatsApp, you have a law enforcement history in your country, exhibit nervousness, anger, or contradicting oneself, purchase a ticket to travel at the last minute within days of departing, are hesitant in answering questions or being flagged on a database, your luggage doesn't match your travel plans, like you're going on vacation but have suits instead of casual wear, have unusual travel routes, like going to Canada from Mexico through France, or it was your lucky day and you were chosen in a random search. When crossing a border, it's important to understand your rights. To protect your privacy requires a bit of planning in advance. So, what can you do to protect your privacy at borders? You can try these steps. Leave your devices at home or work. You can leave some devices at home or work, or in some cases, send them separately through the mail. Border agents cannot examine them as part of your entry into the country. Use a temporary device. You can travel with a temporary phone or laptop, and that doesn't have all the data in it. You can just transfer your SIM card or get a new one at your destination. Move data from devices to cloud. You should move data from your device to the cloud and make sure there is no leftover cache on the device. Normally, agents are allowed to search data that's on the device. For accessing cloud data, they need a warrant. However, they can ask a traveler to voluntarily log into the cloud. They often try to persuade travelers to consent to searches. Once the traveler consents, it can be harder to challenge the search in court. Sometimes they achieve so-called consent by being vague about whether they are asking or ordering a civilian to do something. You can try to dispel this ambiguity by inquiring whether they are asking you or ordering you. If an agent says that it is a request only, you might politely but firmly decline to comply with the request. Disable fingerprint and Face ID unlocking. Border agents can just unlock your phone by passing it near your face or using your finger data that they already have. Thus, switching from biometric locks to PIN codes and passwords can secure your data. Encrypt your data with strong password. People set a password or PIN on their device to protect their data. A screen lock password or user account password only controls access to the device, but the data is still present on the hard drive in unencrypted form. Forensic softwares can bypass such passwords and access the unencrypted data. Fortunately, devices offer full disk storage encryption features that can encrypt the data on the device with a password that will be required when the device is first powered on. On iOS devices, your encryption password is always the same as your regular unlock password. For Android, you can enable it easily, and you need to turn on the option to require a password upon boot, also called Secure Startup. In Windows, you can use the tool BitLocker or Veracrypt. In Mac OS, you can use FileVault, and for Linux, you can use dmcrypt to encrypt the data. A strong password will save your data from the most experienced forensic analyst on the most powerful computers. You can also use encrypted phones. To learn more, see our video by clicking on the top right corner. Securely delete data from your devices. Secure deletion ensures that agents cannot use forensic software to recover files that were deleted. However, if you delete everything, agents may find it suspicious. To securely delete files on Windows, you can use the Cipher tool. On OS X, you can use Secure Empty Trash. On Linux, the options are Shred or SRM. On phones, secure deletion is not easy, so full disk encryption is preferable, or you can try different apps. Uninstall or log out of apps. It is better to remove some social media apps from your phone. You can easily re-download them later, or you can enable self-destructing messages on the platforms. Turn off your devices and enter airplane mode. Before you go through immigration, turn off your devices and make sure none of your accounts or applications are set to automatically log in when activated. Turning off smartphones adds an extra security, which makes it difficult to access data using forensic software as you haven't unlocked it once. If your phone is in airplane mode prior to inspection, agents can't connect it to the internet as they're not allowed to modify the evidence. The agent should not ask a person to connect their device to the internet, as for checking cloud data, they need a warrant. When dealing with agents, remember these three things: be courteous, do not lie, and do not physically interfere with the agent's search. If you forcefully elect to comply with an agent's order to unlock your device and provide your password, you can inform the agent that you are complying under protest and that you do not consent. If you later assert a legal challenge, this may help you defeat the government's claim that you consented to the search. One tactic that works sometimes for travelers is that they carry medical records in their device, and they object that the information is highly confidential in nature, thus needing a warrant. Or the device belongs to their employer, and that they should speak to their employer's lawyers. If border agents did try to search devices, you can write down everything you can remember and their names, badge numbers, and agencies. You can use this later if you decide to file a complaint or a lawsuit. Remember to change your passwords in case agents access them. There exists a possibility that the border agents in authoritarian countries could install spying software on the devices. If you suspect that, destroy your device. Dealing with border agents can be a stressful situation. Confronting them over your right to privacy can make it even worse, but that doesn't mean your right to privacy should be infringed. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and support us on Patreon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.